Hi everyone, my name is Mariel. Today I will discuss how to help rise the dough in a cold winter. It is a simple life hack that I learned as a home baker. Rising a dough in a cold weather can be difficult, especially during fall and winter season. So why does cold slows down dough rising? Number one is low temperature because the yeast is active. It needs a warm temperature. And also, dough ferments the best when temperature is between 75 Fahrenheit to 82 Fahrenheit, which is 24 to 28 degrees Celsius. Also, yeast is a living organism. You heard it right. Yeast is a living organism. So one of the things that I learned is that yeast is a fungus, a living organism. It can be killed with high temperature, which is why rising the dough can be difficult. It also leads to a longer proofing times as the temperature inactivated. There are two things that I learned as a home baker. One is to check if the yeast is still active. It will give us an idea if we can still use it for the proofing of the dough. Second thing that I learned is find a warm spot or place to proof your dough. My simple hack that I learned is putting it inside a preheated oven. I usually preheat the oven to 100 to 150 Fahrenheit, and then once it reaches the temperature, I will open the oven and then I will let it at least cool down a bit, and then I will put the dough inside and then close it again. I usually proof it for 1 to 2 hours. And I have four tips in here will help you proof your dough. So number one is check if the yeast is still active. So what you can do is 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon or 10 grams of yeast, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then you're gonna wait for at least 8 to 10 minutes to see if it's activated or not. So usually it has bubbles and it double the size. Next is find a warm place or spot to proof the dough. So for me, I usually use the oven. And then next, try to use warm water instead of lukewarm water. So lukewarm water is usually a mild warm to no warm water. And then warm water is a higher temperature of water. So like not really super hot, but mild hot water. So warm. Yeah. Adjusting the recipe and our measurements of your ingredients depending on how long you will proof the dough. So for me, I use 10 grams of yeast for at least to proof the dough for at least 1 to 2 hours. And if you're gonna proof it overnight, you can adjust it based on your measurements. Yeah. Thank you for listening. I hope you try this hack at home. As a first time baker, I was skeptical and didn't know what to do when proofing my dough. It takes a lot of time, yeah. Then I realized that yeast and temperature are the key things to make it work. And now I can bake during fall and winter season, even though I don't have a warm spot inside my house, but I do have the oven. So some ovens do have an option for a proof, but some old ones of the oven don't have that. So what I do is preheat the oven and then use it as a warm spot for cooking the dough. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.